And this is a wagon designed by Pushkara Ashford, and its purpose is to bring artists and musicians together to help transform the world. So I'm going to ask Pushkara to come up and explain a little bit more about this Gypsy Wagon.
Well, in my early life, you would imagine that a microphone was growing out of my mouth because I was a singer and songwriter and performer who lost her voice. And at the point at which I had a singing dream, some 9 years ago, I wasn't sure that I had a place in music. But this dream brought the message, you will live in other people's houses, and the work you do will be known long after your name is forgotten. And on waking, I kept hearing the song. The song was singing, the message was still there. What would it mean? So I meditated on that. And the image of a gypsy wagon came to mind. Oh, I'd be going on a pilgrimage. But it wouldn't be on foot, it would be in a gypsy wagon, and it would be not alone, but with a troop of people. So I went online. This is all happening within a 24-hour period. And I find a course just a very ride away from me, how to build a gypsy wagon. What a coincidence, if there is such a thing.
Yes.
So, it sounded like a pretty big undertaking to me, a pilgrimage for peace and global harmony in a gypsy wagon, which I didn't own, with a voice that I didn't have any longer. But I gave it some time, and I gave it some meditation, and eventually I was ready to call up the founder of the Port Townsend School of Woodworking, and I said on the phone, I'm going on a pilgrimage for peace and global harmony, and I need to build a gypsy wagon. And he said, of course. He said, sure. So the course wasn't to happen for 6 or 7 or 8 months, but in the meantime I had a chance to prepare what I called the opening gong. I was introducing it to the community where I live, and people were saying, the architects and the builders were saying, we'll help you. So I had a team on Whidbey Island in Washington where I live. But the course was in Port Townsend, as I said, very right away. We had a gathering where the founder of the Port Townsend School of Woodworking came and introduced his 30-year love of gypsy wagons. He was a builder, boat builder. There are many curves on this wagon that resemble a boat, and the building of it is very much like building a boat. A cabinet maker, wonderful craftsman. And so Jim came with his slideshow, and Lawrence Cole, who was here at Revival, also came because he was doing what I called singing and mingling, introducing contrapuntal music that was easy to pick up and sing a cappella in multi-layered harmonies. So the concept of crafting a culture of peace through music, through creative play, mostly outdoors, but of course inside too, was born in that context. And I actually commissioned one of my instructors to build the wagon because he was experienced. He had been building them also for 30 years. So we got underway after the course. The course was very intensive. I drew every detail of the wagon as I wanted it. We laid it out on cardboard. We lofted it so I could see how it felt to be inside the wagon. We made some changes, and Steve Habersetzer proceeded from my drawings. Not architectural drawings by any means, but he was such a craftsman and he was able to do it. And I think we got started in June, and by November he was ready to show the wagon at the Woodworkers Show in Port Townsend. The interior was not complete, but he was going to make this public display, and I said, if you're taking the wagon into the public arena, we're going with you. So I invited singers from throughout the region, singers who I knew from festivals like Singing Alive. And they said, we're there, we're coming, we're helping you bless the wagon. And so we did the wagon blessing. And it was at that point that I realized that this really had very deep symbolic meaning for a lot of people. It just wasn't from some crazy dream or idea that I had cooked up. It already had wheels and legs and was ready to be birthed in the world. So now we're 9 years later, and it has had its reach. It's been around the region, and beyond that, because we're online, people around the world know, and we've done ceremony and initiated events and joined events and brought the message of joy in creating community through play, exuberant play. It's a joyful process. Not that we forget that we're in a country whose defense budget is on the surface, 61% of the discretionary budget. We're not unaware that there's that other element that keeps us in the game and keeps challenging us to be strong enough and steady enough in our purpose to see peace in our lifetime.